So guys, I finally switched to an iPhone, but switching to an iPhone comes with so many wahala, to be honest. I never knew it was going to be like this, but this is where I find myself, and I'm going to be sharing some of the problems I had from creating an Apple account, moving my pictures, moving my contacts from an Android phone to an iPhone, and so many other little things that also problems that also comes my way. So without further ado, let's dive into today's video. Now, as an Apple user, you know that some of the problems, some of the things you need to do before you start using an iPhone is to have an Apple ID. And getting an Apple ID is not as easy as your Google account, where you can be able to just go to for your Gmail. You can just create Gmail. You can create Gmail instantly and do all the necessary things in which you want to do. But for the Apple ID, it's quite different. And one common thing, one simple thing I see with Apple and Android is the fact that Apple have a whole lot of strong securities, and it's actually quite difficult to bypass all these shortcuts. I don't know if there's actually any shortcut. I think that is the main reason why some people that are using an Apple phone, an iPhone, is quite difficult for them to switch to an Android phone. Now, one of the first things I encountered was creating an Apple account. I tried doing everything, try creating an Apple account for me to be able to start using the phone, start downloading apps and every other thing. It was quite difficult going through so many ways, going through App Store and all that. It was very difficult for me because if your internet connection is actually not that good, it's going to be difficult, and it was challenging to me until I finally had a breakthrough. That's I created the Apple ID going through the settings. I went through the settings. How I was able to overcome that was I went through the settings, then I came to where you can now sign in. So I went to sign up. That's how I was able to create this Apple account. But now, one secret is the fact that a whole lot of people do make a mistake whereby creating an Apple account through just going direct to create an Apple account. Now, what I did was creating a Google account. I created a Google account first, or I used my Google account that I was having on my Android. Then I use it to sign up as my Apple ID. Some people create different things at iCloud.com and all that. It's quite difficult trying to recover those Apple accounts if you have any problem. So it's more preferable you use your Google account, or if you don't have a Google account, first try creating a Google account and a strong password. Once you create that, then you can now go to your Apple site or iCloud.com to be able to create an iCloud to sign up from iCloud. So when you are being asked to choose an ID, all you need to do is to just make sure you use your Google account and the password. With that, is going to help you so that whenever, just in case you forget your password or maybe you lost any information, it is best to use your Google. And another thing I discovered is the fact that if you are an iPhone user, you need to make sure you get a jotter. I'm telling you, to be honest, iPhone users, all of you, I know you know all this secret because people usually forget their Apple password, and that is one of the main reasons why a lot of people have problem changing their phones, because they've already signed in their Apple account into a particular phone. They've been using that phone. Now, some of them, and Apple is very strong in the sense that if you mistaken one letter on your Apple password, it will never open. And if you try it too many times, they're going to restrict you from using that account because they might assume that you're not the right owner, you're not the right person using that Apple ID. So this is some of the problems in which you're going to encounter while using or switching to an Apple phone, which is an iPhone. Doesn't matter the model, but these are some of the problems in which you're going to encounter while doing all that. Now, another problem I had is the fact that I never understood all these things before, while a whole lot of Apple users are actually doing that, which is the fact that a whole lot of Apple users, I see a whole lot of them moving up and down with power bank. I never understood all these things because I never knew that the battery is not like your Android phone, whereby you can use this phone for long and the battery stays longer. But for iPhone, you need to do what? Make sure you have a power bank by the side. I'm just being honest because having a power bank by the side is going to help you a lot to be able to charge your phone. Because now in the morning, I charge my phone for like 100% around 7 o'clock, and I didn't turn my data on. Immediately I turned my data on from 12 to 2 o'clock, my battery went down to 10%. 10%. I was even surprised. Around 2 o'clock, it was 10%. So I had to charge it again. So now imagine you are traveling or you are going somewhere and you don't have a power bank. It's really going to affect you. If you're an Android user thinking of switching to an Apple phone, you need to be prepared that you must is a must get a power bank as your backup by the side, because Apple will disgrace you in the sense that if you own your data and you are using all the features and everything, most especially with the iOS 26 or either 26.1 or 26.2, with the latest iOS, that's the liquid glass features and all that, you will see that your battery will drain down very fast. It's not what I expect. It wasn't what I expected as an Android user, but this is where I find myself, guys. Another problem is the fact that an iPhone uses one SIM, because me as an Android user, I'm used to using two SIMs with one SD card. That's all. Some of the Android phones usually comes with two SIM cards, and some you can also go for eSIM and all that. Now for the iPhone, you can only use one SIM. I think it's common with the Google Pixel and iPhone, and I don't know if there's any other device, smartphone, that is also like that. Now for this particular one, I'm used to using two SIM on a single phone. For now, I can only use one SIM card. So unless if you're someone that wants to get the eSIM, so with the iPhone you can also apply for the eSIM. So that's another way in which you can be able to get a two SIM card. Now, one most important problem I think most Android users have switching to an iPhone is the fact that all your contacts are on your Gmail, and you are thinking of moving your contacts. Is quite very difficult to do that. But I discovered a way to be able to do all this because it wasn't so that difficult for me, because I'm an IT guy, so most time we learn from different things. So now this is actually what I did to be able to move my contacts on my Gmail, and every contact on my Gmail actually came to my iPhone because I did this particular simple steps. So if you are an Android user thinking of moving your contacts from your Gmail, which you backed up to your iPhone, is quite easier to do all that, because this is actually one of the problems I also encountered while thinking of moving my Android contact to my iPhone, and it was very easy for me. So this is what I did. I came to my iPhone settings. Then once you come to settings, you scroll down to apps. Once you get to the app, which is the last part, once you're using the iOS 26, once you click on that, then you also come to contacts. Once you click on this contacts, it's going to ask you click on contacts account, then add account, then you're going to come to Gmail, Google, to be able to add a Gmail account. Then it's going to open a browser once you click it. Then you sign in your Gmail account and your password. Then it's going to bring this. Then you just select all, read, compose, send, and permanent, and all that. So once you click on all of these settings, don't click on one, you click on every one of them. So once you click it, then the next thing it's going to do is going to ask for permission. Once you follow all the necessary permissions and all that, it's going to bring up this mail, contacts, and all that, and notes. So if you have all these things saved on your Gmail account, everything is going to come to your iPhone. So that's how I was able to do that. So another problem I had was how to move my pictures and my videos from my Android phone, now bringing it back to the iPhone. Now all I did was download this Google Photo on my Android, then back up all the images and everything, then download Google Photos on the iPhone, and also retrieve the videos and all that back to my new iPhone. For that particular one, it's very easy to do that. So you just download Google Photos on your old Android phone, then do the necessary backup, select the pictures and the videos you want to back up, then sign out, then come to your iPhone, then also do the same thing, download the Google Photos, and with that you'll be able to retrieve all your pictures and your videos. So now, apart from all these problems, all these challenges I've had with switching from my Android phone to this particular iPhone in which I'm using, now one of the sweet thing I really like about the Apple phone is the fact that the camera, to be honest, this wasn't actually what I expected. And now I really understand the reason why most skit makers, most content creators, and a whole lot of people actually use the iPhone, because the camera is actually very good. It's very good in the sense that it really helps in terms of image quality and a whole lot of good picture qualities. I think this is actually one of the main reasons why a whole lot of content creators, a whole lot of people actually use the iPhone to be able to create content and all that. The camera is actually very good. And another good thing is the fact that I find very good is the fact that with my Android phone, the face ID, the face unlock, when you're using the face unlock at night, at times it doesn't work and all that. But with the iPhone, I discovered that even at midnight, once I on my phone, just with a little screen brightness, I discovered that the face ID works 100% perfect. It works very good, to be honest. It works very good. And I really love that about this particular iPhone, Apple device, which I'm currently using. I find it's very interesting and very good. So, as an Android user switching to an iPhone, you are welcome. But be prepared for the challenges, because these are some of the things we are going to face. Now, another problem which till date I'm still trying to sort out is the fact that I backed up my contacts on my Gmail, on my WhatsApp contact on my Gmail, and the problem is I've not been able to move my chats from my Android phone to my Apple phone. I'm still trying to learn that, guys. So I'm still in the process. If there's any other new things, I'm going to share it in the later video. So let me know what you think, if you've also experienced these things, and if you are still experiencing more things, or what are some of the challenges Android users find while switching to an iPhone. Let us know at the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you guys on the next one.